Good afternoon. We're going to continue our series on ergodic systems. Remember last time we talked about cheetahs and molecules and asset allocations actually. So in markets, that asset allocation quilt that had different categories of asset classes moving up and down in the system in a very fluid way that was kind of unpredictable. That is an ergodic system. That's actually a really healthy system too, especially in finance and in economies. So remember we talked about ergodic systems with cheetahs. Slow cheetahs, fast cheetahs, super fast cheetahs. Well, super fast cheetahs don't become slow cheetahs overnight without injury. Fast cheetahs don't become super fast overnight, right? Things that have a natural gravity to them tend to fall in a Gaussian curve with very thin tails at the end. They kind of are weighted towards the middle. And if you're fast, you don't become slow. If you're slow, you don't become super fast, right? So that's not an ergodic system. These are absorption barriers that will prevent moving up or down in the system. So we talked also about molecules and kind of a heat source applied to these molecules and the absorption of that heat, but that's more of a saturation model. That's also not ergodic. It's not a fluidity of the states of being, right? So in the asset allocations, it had this fluidity in states of being ranked 1 through 10. It also applies in companies. So if you look at the Fortune 100, in 1955, 90 of the companies that were in the Fortune 100 in 1955 are no longer in the Fortune 100. The companies that replaced them were unpredictable. You couldn't tell who was going to be a replacement. In 1980, just since 1980, right? 84 of the companies in 1980 are no longer in the the Fortune 100. 60 of the companies in 2000 are gone from that list, and 24 of the companies just 4 years ago, just 4 years, 24 of the companies that were in that list are gone. So there's actually some fascinating statistics on the fluidity of the system when it comes to the S&P 500 as well, and this increasing cycle of ergodicity, right, or this ergodic system where it's churning out these companies. So in 1965, the average index for a stay in the S&P 500 was 33 years. In 1990, it shrank to 20 years, and in 2027, it's forecasted to shrink to 12 years. Jim Collins talks about this in his book, Built to Last, and how this system kind of churns out these companies. Another statistic and reference point, the world's top 100 companies, biggest 100 companies, in 1912, only 20 of them are still remain on that list. And from 1995, only 26 still remain on that list. These are companies moving into and out of the Fortune 100 or the S&P 100 or the worldwide 100. So it's a very ergodic system. We're going to show you a chart that shows the acceleration of the churn of these companies, because as the economy gets more global and becomes more dynamic, you get more fluidity in the system. That's the sign of a healthy system. Next, we're going to talk about how this system, this ergodic systems, apply to wealth and income in individuals, which of course is a hot topic of debate today in this very political environment that we're in the United States. So what does it really mean to have wealth or income inequality? What does that really mean in the United States in particular? And what does it mean in Europe or other systems? So I look forward to speaking next time.